And there's a crisis at hand, which we're all too familiar with. Shutdown of airline operations has the potential of shutting down this government. We cannot sit here as stakeholders, fold our arms, and watch this happen. That's why I was visibly angry when the CBN governor was not here. Because his role, functions are very crucial, are very critical to resolution of some of these matters. I'm going to cut through the chase and get straight to the point. I think we had a couple of meetings in the last couple of months here. Certain resolutions were made or arrived at, which, had they been executed, we wouldn't even be sitting here today. Yes, the strike has been called off, but the question is, do we always have to wait for a strike to be called? Or do we use this opportunity, now that the strike has been called off, to resolve this matter once and for all? I'm not sure what the outcome of our last meetings were. Certain resolutions were made, and I know the operators asked for certain things, concessions. They were supposed to apply to NNPC. Nobody gave us a feedback. And I don't know, Chairman, did anybody give you, aviation, a feedback from our resolution, our meetings the last time, how far they've gone? Did the airlines apply for some kind of special license to import their fuel or to appoint marketers? Did they do that? Did they communicate with NNPC? Maybe they will be in the best order. Did they communicate with you? So let's know where we are so that we'll know where to take off from here.
We were invited to these chambers, and when we came here, it was reached that they would be giving us fuel at 500 within 3 days. That never happened, sir. That never happened. We continued writing, protesting, asking questions. Nothing happened. Much later, we got invited by the midstream, downstream authority, and we were told that the president approved 25,000 metric tons for us as a palliative to help us. We are very grateful to Mr. President. Not free. Not free, really. We had a meeting in Lagos at the Southern Sun with that department, and we were happy. We told our members, and we were told to nominate marketers that will market this product for us. We were told to go and have meeting with these marketers. We called all the marketers, they're here. We held meeting with them, decided on the logistics, so they would take their logistical costs and everything. And at the end of the day, that fuel was getting to them, then they told us at 335, so we multiplied put everything together, it will be getting to less than 400 naira for the cost. And we said, even if they said it was at 450, that would be okay. And we are told that on a Thursday coming, that's a week later, that was when the consignment will be arriving in Nigeria. And when this happened, the next thing we got to hear from the marketers was that they had already been given the consignment that we were all jostling for. So we waited, thinking that that would bring down, maybe they would sell it as agreed. They never. I actually called the MD of NNPC to ask questions. The day I was calling him, I was there with our members. We wanted to hear from him. He answered me the way he answered me, that there was no way they would leave us to get direct products, that it was dangerous. I said, dangerous? I said, no, the marketers you're going to give were the same marketers that will handle it for us. He said he didn't want any crash or anybody adulterating it. I said, how could they adulterate it? Because they are the marketers. We are not taking it on our own. Long and short of the story, that this product was not given to us. And under our noses, the thing continued rising. With due respect, Mr. Speaker, we were not striking. We didn't intend to go on a strike. It was not strike. What the airline operators of Nigeria was saying on Friday night when we released our communique was that we don't have the money anymore to pay. If anybody gives us money to pay, because they are now asking us to pay upfront, we have messages here being sent to our members. If you pay upfront, we sell it at this amount. Nowhere in the world is aviation done cash and carry. Airlines owe. We are owing the marketers. Yes, we are owing them. Airlines owe all over the world. Even spare parts. Sometimes you take the spare parts and you pay later. No talk of aviation fuel. You don't have to carry loads of naira in your cargo hold to pay. We are owing. We are owing these marketers. Yes, we do. We do, but we are servicing them. We are servicing them. So, but because of the astronomical rise of this product, they're now telling us, pay. If you're going to pay upfront, you get it at this price. If you're going to pay in 5 days, you get it at this price. The truth is that they all have disparity in their prices. What the airline operators of Nigeria is asking for, because this government has supported aviation more than any other government in Nigeria. This government has improved the lots of aviation more than any other government in Nigeria. And we owe a lot of gratitude, not only to President Muhammad Buhari, but to this house, especially the House of Reps, because you people spearheaded the passing into law, the customs waivers. We don't pay duties on importation of aircraft and aircraft spares. We don't pay duties on importation of aircraft itself. We don't pay duties on the spare parts. We don't pay VAT either. So this government has supported aviation more than any other government. And that is why these patriotic Nigerians who run airline scheduled operations in Nigeria decided to support the government. What we are doing, actually, we are fighting for this government and the poor masses of this nation. And when we went to the presidency, because we complained at the time, had to write, and Mr. President graciously granted us audience through the chief of staff. And we laid everything bare that we are subsidizing the ticket fares. We are not banks. We are not government. The AON is subsidizing. Forget all the rhetorics you are going to hear here today. We are subsidizing that. We can't charge 50,000 naira. I can break it down for you, sir. It is as clear as sunshine. It's as clear as sunshine. Let us not hide under any rhetorics or any language to cover it up. At 50,000 naira, all the Nigerian airlines, at the rate of we are getting the fuel now, we go extinct in 3 weeks' time. And if, sir, because I know the fears of the House of Reps, if we go extinct, it will be worse than that we shut down for 2 days or 3 days. Because jobs will be lost, banks will be hit. This is what we are trying to protect, sir. We know that the marketers are in business to make money. We are not against that. But we know that the sector is deregulated. No problem. It's deregulated, but there's deregulation and there's deregulation. You cannot hide under deregulation and make some astronomical calculations that will hurt your own economy. The airlines are cashiers to everybody in this country. We are cashiers to the government agencies. We are even running the thankless job for the flying public. That 50,000, if you fly to some airports in Nigeria, this passenger service charge per passenger is 5,000. When you remove it, you have 45,000. NCA takes 5% from that money. NIMET, FAN, all of them, they take their taxes. It is due to them, no problem. But at the end of the day, this airline, out of 50,000, goes home with less than 8,000 naira. From there, they are paying salaries. From there, they even FRS will tell you that what you submitted, they have their own way of calculating that. It doesn't mean if you... So we are the whipping boys, and that is why over 50 airlines in this country have gone down. And nobody is asking questions about why have they gone down. So what we are saying about this aviation fuel thing, it used to be 40%. Now it's 95% of our cost. That is why we are owing these marketers. Because, sir, the fuel burn for 50 minutes flight from Lagos to Abuja on a 737 is 4,365 liters of fuel. Multiply that by 700 naira or 686 naira they are selling fuel to us, or whatever. You'll be getting about almost 5 million. How many people are you carrying on that aircraft? The mathematics is as clear as sunshine. Maybe you have 70% load factor of about 80 passengers, 50,000, that's already below what you're getting. So you're paying for everybody to fly. And this is fuel alone. You're not talking about insurance, where Nigeria is stigmatized as unsafe because it pleases the international community to talk rubbish so that they can get a lot of premium from our insurance. What we pay as airlines in Nigeria to insure one aircraft is what they use in insuring about 4 aircraft outside in the West. So the Nigerian airline is dead on arrival. But what we are saying, we recognize the fact that Forex has gone up, everything has gone up, but for goodness sake, let the marketers and NNPC, not just the marketers, NNPC, they also should address this issue. We are not here to grandstand. They should address it. Let us do this in such a way that it will be affordable for the airlines, affordable for the flying public. If not so, Nigerians should expect something else from AON. If AON decides to be selling in accordance of how much we are getting the product, maybe AON will be asking their members, or members will start charging 150,000. We don't want the flying public to be subjected to this. Because once it happens, the spiral effect will go into inflationary trends in the country. The economy will be hit, and people will say, oh, this government is bad, this government is bad. But we all have a part to play. It's not just government. It's not government, that's what we are saying. That is why we drew attention with the threat to shut down, which we are ready to implement to the letter. Some of us, yes, may not like it on this basis of, oh, I don't want to lose revenue. That is why I said those who wanted to do this were actually the most patriotic Nigerians you can think of. Because if we shut down, we're already losing revenue. Salaries are static. You must pay salaries, whether you get this or not. But when you look at the greater good for the country, we needed to pay that sacrifice, punish ourselves for the good of the nation. When they were selling to us at 445, 450, they said that the crude oil price had gone up to about 120. Now, crude oil price has gone down, it's now 2 digits, maybe about 90 something. And the price of aviation fuel now has gone to 600 and something, 580, 680, and all that. But hitting, the next thing will be 1,000. That is what we are trying to prevent. But if at the end of the day, transparency shows that this is actually the landing cost and everything, who are we not to allow them to be selling to us at 1,000? Transparency is what is needed. If that happens, fine and good. The airlines now will be justified to put whatever price they have to put in order to take care of the cost of their operations. So all the resolutions reached here, none was carried out. Because the 500, they told us that they'll be selling. We are getting this fuel beyond that. But we persevered.
We agreed that we'll make sure the marketers sell the product to them at 500 naira for 3 days, pending the day they will sit down and agree on this pricing formula. I confirm that between us and the downstream authority, they have sat down and engaged and have agreed on a pricing structure so that, going forward, that anyone can tell what the pricing will be. Right, Honorable Speaker, needless to say that there is no fixed price. This is a deregulated product. So you cannot hold on to any price. And indeed, what you have seen in the media, the 700 naira reference point cannot be a reference point. It depends on the market condition. It can be higher than 700 naira per liter, depending on what price the market gets to. So it's needless to say that even to target 700, cannot be a reference point, right, Honorable Speaker. This market shifts as we speak now. Is closely related to the price of crude oil. As it lands in this country, there are a number of things that happen, which they have engaged with the downstream authority to determine what exactly are the build-up to the pricing. No two suppliers will have the same pricing because suppliers buy at different prices from their own suppliers too. Also, many of these partners have different exposures to the airline operators. Each one of them has different issues with different suppliers. And each one of them has different credit limit with their partners. Each one of them has debt position that is differing from company to company. There's no way the oil marketing, because I'm speaking for them now, Right Honorable Speaker, if you owe me ₦1 billion, I will not give you credit. So no one will do this. There are limits to credits. So that when credit limits are exhausted, company will ask that you pay cash for it, because you have exceeded that limit. There's nothing perpetual about credit limit. It's an understanding between customers. And clearly this is what we are dealing with. We don't want to delve into their issues around credit between them. But when a customer asks you that you must pay cash, we all know, even in our routine mundane practices, when you have customers say pay cash, it means that you have credibility problem. You have credit problem, sorry. This is really what we are doing right now. It's our role to ensure that we intervene. Honorable Speaker, we did. We brought in products so that we can dampen the price. This work. In March and in April, we brought in cargo and we made it available to the entire industry, right, Honorable Speaker. And we transferred to the industry at 400, I'm not sure, 435 and at 460 naira. And then there's a build up to that price. When the customer takes marine at 435, he has to transport, he has to charter vessel, bring it to his depot, bring it to his fuel station, and transport it, for instance, to Maiduguri. So there cannot be two same price in Lagos and in Maiduguri for a deregulated price, because nobody is paying for that difference. And that conversation can actually, the authority can facilitate so that there's a transparency around what will be the build up to the pricing post PFI from anybody. As a matter of fact, Right Honorable Speaker, we are not, NNPC is not interested in bringing this product. We did it at the instruction of Mr. President and by the decision of the Dishonorable House. Otherwise, we do not deal with ATK except it is very, very necessary, because we are not at the tarmac. We don't deliver product to tarmac, to airports. And this is not our line of business as we speak now. Once we come, marketers must come in between us and these suppliers. Having said this, Right Honorable Speaker, pricing of ATK is very critical to airline operation. We will do everything to support them. We will do everything to make sure that they get the best price that is possible, but you cannot fix price, Right Honorable Speaker. You cannot ask for 500, you cannot say it must be below 700 or 600. There is no number, that's why we insisted, go and have a formula that is transparent, that each one of us can see, that the market can deal with, all of us can sit down and compute, so that when the market moves, you can move with that price. When it comes down, the price will come down naturally.